You know, I don't watch Nick Wright. I don't watch him. I watch him when he talks about the Bengals, but when he talks about the Chiefs, I don't really care about it, so I don't really tune in. I kind of just let him, yabba, 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 and that's pretty much that, right? I don't really focus on what he has to say about the Chiefs, because I know he loves the Chiefs. He loves Patrick Mahomes. No matter what happens, he'll always support the Chiefs, okay? It is what it is, right? That's his team. This has to be the most interesting thing I've ever seen in my life. And I can't say the S word because YouTube does not let you say that about someone on YouTube. I know it's crazy to say that. They do not. Because it's considered, I think, bullying in some orientation. So, you already know, I mean the S word. ST. You already know what I'm saying. But this is the most interesting thing I've ever seen in my life. So, Nick Wright got a tattoo before the season started, revolved around the Kansas City Chiefs, because he thought the Chiefs were going to go 20-0 this season. Let's just listen up.
It's not just foolish television nonsense. I truly believe this, and I will prove it to you, Brew. Tatted on my arm as of this week. Never a doubt. The same thing there. And this is why it looks
real?
like...
Yes.
Oh, it's real.
That's a real thing.
Oh, it's real. We have the evidence. I knew you wouldn't believe it.
Wipe it
No,
off.
you can't wipe it off. We can show you. Even my daughter who went with me took pictures of it getting done.
Wow.
There's me after the show on Tuesday getting it done. So never a doubt. Literally...
I am right.
This is not just...
I am Rob Gronkowski.
That is Rob Gronkowski. Alright, so he got a tattoo on his arm saying never a doubt, because his take going into the season was they were going to go 20-0. And he said, never a doubt, they're going to go to the Super Bowl and win and go 20-0 this season. That's how good the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be. Now, obviously, the Kansas City Chiefs have not been that good, right? I mean, they've been great, don't get me wrong, but they haven't been 20-0 good. And this is not me, making a video trashing the Chiefs, okay? I'm not going to say in any way the Chiefs are playing bad. Chiefs lost to the Broncos, okay. They beat the Chargers, and I'm going to just pull this up real fast. Because, again, they're having a good season, right? And I'm going to give them the props that they deserve here because they are having a good season. They lost to the Broncos, beat the Chargers, beat the Broncos, beat the Vikings, beat the Jets, destroyed the Bears, beat the Jags, lost the Lions. So they lost to the Lions, who's one of the best teams in the NFC. They beat the Jags, who are one of the best teams in the AFC. Bears. They beat the Jets, who right now are currently 4-3, apparently. They beat the Vikings, who at the time, Kirko was actually pretty good, and it was actually healthy. They beat the Broncos, who were trash. They lost to the Broncos. Patrick Mahomes had the flu. Whatever. And then they beat the Chargers, who Chargers this season aren't really doing that great. Now, we're going to find out the next 2 weeks what is this team all about, right? Because they play the Dolphins, and then they play the Eagles back-to-back. I mean, they play the back-to-back, arguably the best teams in the league. We're going to have to find out how good this team is. But, you always see it all the time, right? You see crazy fans, they get a tattoo of like, oh, we're going undefeated. Oh, this is our year. Usually it's always Cowboys fans that do it. They get a tattoo that says, Super Bowl bound, this year. Every year they get a tattoo about it, right? So usually you say it, right, and you're like, well, okay, that guy's either probably he was drunk at the time he did it, or, he just probably wasn't thinking, or he's just delusional, right? But then you see a sports analyst do it. And it's like a different level. Right? And we already said many times on this channel, Nick Wright, we always call him a clown. We call him Nick Wrong because he's always wrong, and he's a clown. I always like to put thumbnails up with, him with, clown makeup and, his clown disguise on. Because that's what he is. He's a clown. But, even with all the clown stuff he has done in the past throughout this, last couple years of NFL, right? Hating on the Bengals, always talking trash about us. There's things I can say, okay, well, you know what? Yeah, you're crazy. Your takes are outlandish. But at the same time, I could say, okay, at least you're not doing stupid stuff. I just said the S word. But I said he wasn't doing it. And then I see this. And then I see this. And all I could think in my head is, I just seen a grown man get a tattoo thinking the team's going 20-0. Sports analysts think they're going to go 20-0. And yeah, right now they're 6-2, right? Lost to the Lions, lost to the Broncos. This is, it's like, I don't think it can get any lower with him when it comes to how outlandish he thinks, right? His takes are crazy, whatever. But then I see this type of stuff, and I never even saw this. Surprisingly enough, I know it's a month old. Oh, you didn't know how this happened, it's a month old. I get that, but, like, I don't follow the guy, right? I don't follow him in any way. Only time I ever look up his videos is when he says something crazy, and someone tweets it at me, or sends me a DM and said, hey, man, do you see what Nick Wright said? And I'm like, okay. And then I have to work up the bourbon just to go ahead and watch the video, It's like, there's a whole entire thought process of me going through, walking around in a circle for 20 minutes saying, do I really want to listen to this guy? I know he's going to say something outlandish. He's going to say something crazy, But then I sit down, I take a seat, and I say, okay, I'll listen to what he has to say. And then this happens. And then I see this. So, public service announcement. Don't get a tattoo thinking your team's going to go 20-0. Football is the most unpredictable sport in the world. You never know what's going to happen any given Sunday. I don't even know what to say anymore. That's my take. Guys, Nick Wright's a clown. I'll be live on Sunday night for the game versus the Bills. And between, Nick Wright being Nick Wright about things, and then the second thing I saw when I went on Twitter today was actually, apparently the Bills fans put up a thing in the Bills Stadium. Joe Goodberry posted this. And let me just point this up real fast. They said, please disrespect us. Actually, no, Bengals fans. Wait, this is Paycor Stadium? This is Paycor Stadium. My bad. Correct myself there. Not Bills fans. Bengals fans did this. Bills fans struggling to realize Bengals take everything as a slight. They use anything for motivation. It's been working for them. It's not personal. They're going to make it personal. And I agree with that. I do agree with that. Please disrespect us. Because that's what all the media has done forever. Well, everyone has done this whole entire season. Please disrespect us. I don't know why I thought Bills fans for a second. In my head, I'm thinking about playing the Bills, and I'm automatically thinking about the fact that how many excuses they made. So now I'm thinking okay, definitely Bills. Definitely, no, we did this. And I love it. Please disrespect us. I'll see you guys in the next one.